What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be diving into an Azorius Tempo Lifegain deck. Now, I'd played one of these decks forever ago, back when a Johnny's Pridemate was still around, and Absorb from War of Ravnica, or Ravnica Allegiance, something like that, right? Anyways, this is from then, so this is sort of a similar deck style in the fact that we're going to be going tempo-y, which means we're playing things like Brazen Borrower, Luminarch Aspirant, things that can sort of build up over time and deal damage over time, but also need a little bit of protecting, so to speak. So we also have Seasoned Hallowblade, a solid attacker, and some Legion Angels, things that are either evasive or hard to kill in general. And of course we have Maul of the Skyclaves to help give our things like Luminarch Aspirant, Kor Blademaster, and Seasoned Hallowblade flying. Now, of course, with Kor Blademaster, if we give the Maul to it, then it's going to be a 3/3 flying double striker, which is nice. Same thing with Seasoned Hallowblade, except it's going to go up to a 5/3 flying double striker thanks to the Kor Blademaster. Equally so, if we equip the Legion Angel, it won't gain flying because it already has flying, but if we have the Kor Blademaster down, we equip the Maul to it, now it's going to go up to a 6/5 flying double striker. It's really good. So the Kor Blademaster here is sort of like a it's like an Embercleave activation, so to speak. You don't get the trample, but you get the double strike, and it innately has double strike, so buffing it up, equipping a Shadowspear or Staggering Insight, or even using Startling Development on itself is it's a great way to boost it up into dealing tons of damage out of essentially nowhere and surprise your foe. Now, outside of all the damage dealing, we also have some control aspects, and that's where the tempo sort of aspect comes in, right? So we have Lofty Denial to help us counter our opponent's spells. We have Of One Mind to help us draw cards for extremely cheap, right? 1 mana draw 2 is some great value. We also have Staggering Insight, which not only allows us to draw cards, it also allows us to have lifelink on our creature. It also allows us to buff our creature by +1/+1. So, if that wasn't enough, we also have Heliod, which off of all this life gain that we have, right, the Staggering Insights, the Shadowspear, the Speaker of the Heavens, we're going to be gaining +1/+1 counters. Of course, Heliod can also, for 2 mana, give whatever we choose lifelink, so our Linvala, Brazen, or Legion Angel can also have lifelink at the drop of a dime, right? We also have Banishing Light for a little bit more removal, and then up here in the top end we have 1 copy of Spoils of Adventure, as this isn't necessarily a party deck. We're not going for, max party, Linvala activation, or whatever. But we do have a lot of party creatures. We have a wizard, we have a rogue, we have several warriors, and we have clerics, right? So we do actually have enough to have a full party. Again, not that we're going for it, but it means that we can get Spoils of Adventure down to costing 4 mana, 3 mana, fairly easily. And a 3 mana instant speed, gain 3 life, draw 3 cards. That's really good. It's going to proc your Heliod, it's going to gain you life, it's going to draw you 3 cards. And, you can make it even cheaper. You could actually have it come down for 2 mana, which is insane. Next up, we have Emeria's Call. Again, 4/4 White Angel Warrior token, so you can equip something, and then Kor Blademaster will give them double strike. So a lot of this deck is built up off the Kor Blademaster double strike. If you want to add in more copies of Kor Blademaster, by all means. I think we have a healthy combination right now of Kor Blademaster plus other spells that sort of carry their own weight, right? Brazen doesn't necessarily interact with Kor Blademaster, however it is a 3/1 flying flash creature that can also bounce stuff, right? So the whole idea of the deck is to sort of play tit for tat, but your tits are going to be bigger than their tats. Does that make sense? That sounded super weird, but you understand what I'm saying. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you've been enjoying the content here on the channel. If you have, please be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe. We're almost to 10,000 subscribers, which is insane. That's a huge number that I never even fathomed we would get close to. Anyways, thanks everybody. Hit that subscribe button. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we have budget videos that go live 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every other day of the week. Mondays through Sundays, I guess. I don't know. Mondays all the way through, right? We have videos that go live 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be sure you're hopping in here on the YouTube live premieres, joining us, and saying hi, saying what's up. Anyways, without further ado, let's hop into this tempo life gaining magic. Crusher Joe, gonna be our first foe. I don't love it. We're probably going to play the Fabled off the rip, try to grab some blue mana, but we do have 3 mana. We got a Staggering Insight, so We can put that on the Kor Blademaster or the Brazen. Really, it'll be kind of nice. Speaker of the Heavens. Okay. And a castle. That's a really good draw, actually. That makes me kind of want to go for the Brazen Bounce, Brazen Play, and then Staggering Insight. I think that's what we're going to do. I'm actually going to go ahead and counter this. It's a really annoying card, that Luminarch Aspirant. Trust me, I should know, I'm playing it. Alright, we're going to go ahead and play the Kor Blademaster. It allows for us on our next turn to play the Staggering plus the Brazen. Heliod from the foe. Young Heliod. This is actually good for us, yeah? Now it means that we can go... Bounce that. Did we need to bounce that, actually? Like, right when we did, or could we have waited? Ah, whatever. 2 cards drawn there off the Kor Blademaster, 4 life gained. All in all, pretty good. Even if they just replay the Heliod and swing in with Speaker, I think we're still in a great position. Heartless Act to take out the Kor Blademaster, and that should be it from him, right? Yeah, just a swing in. Okay. So if I play this down, we can play down the Brazen, but we don't have enough for the Lofty Denial after that. Yeah, I kind of like the Shadowspear. Shadowspear on a Brazen, right? It's decent. Decent in the least. Luminarch. We let that resolve. Mostly because Lofty wouldn't counter it anyways. Wouldn't do it no how. Alright. They're going back to 20. And we'll get down the Brazen. Now, play Shadowspear, equip Shadowspear, still have enough for Lofty? Think so. Think so. Now, they're going to be gaining a lot of life as well with the Speaker. I think we're still in a pretty good position, despite that. Ha ha ha! You thought. So that's going to go into the Speaker. They're going to swing in for 4. Heal up for 3. How much mana do we have? 4, 5, 6? We're almost to Emeria's Call just off having the mana. Alright, well, let's play Heliod down. And probably use the of one mind, right? Two lands. It's not terrible. Staggering Insight's really good for us. Alright, so 4. Yeah, that puts us to 7. Alright, we have enough for Emeria's Call. Banishing Light, that's pretty bad for us. They take the Brazen for sure. For sure. We're still at 19 health though. They are also at 19 health though, so a little bit of back and forthness. Now the unfortunate thing is obviously that these angels don't have indestructible. So that Speaker of the Heavens, we might want to double block into it. Might just wanna. Alright. My turn. Luminarch, Staggering, Shadowspear, and a Heliod. So we play you down. Play you down. And equip. Do we equip this here? It's already going to get in. Fairly sure it's going to get in at least. I think we equip this here. And that's for sure going to hit. So let's build this up. Oh wow. What? I mean, I'll take it. I'll for sure take it. I guess it's so we don't draw the cards, right? Let's split our damage here. Split our odds, so to speak. Orator for the foe. I like how we're both life gain. One's just Orzhov and one's Azorius, right? Two different sides of the coin. Or, I guess sides of the die. Crusher Joe, they've seen enough. I mean, we do have the 5/5 lifelink in the sky that's going to draw us cards. So, anyways, Azorius Tempo life gain. Flesh Puppet. What an interesting name. I don't love this hand, but we will keep it because we have the Startling Development. So if we don't see anything good, we can always cycle that, right? Temple of Enlightenment, I do like to see that. We don't need a second Linvala, so if we can get down Luminarch and Linvala, we can make of one mind, only costs 1 mana. That's a really good value proposition in my eyes, and it's, you know, just around the corner, right? Turn 4 kind of stuff, so we shall see. Opponent looks to be playing rogues. I'm not the happiest sailor in the sea, so to speak. But you never know, you know, it could not be rogues. They could be trying something completely new, revolutionizing the whole meta of Magic as we know it. But I'm doubtful. Good old Soul Shatter. You know, I hear that is usually worth a Luminarch Aspirant. Here it's like right up there with being equal value, so I think I want to go for the Linvala. Holla holla, get Linvala. We can't really use our sacrifice effect. I guess we could have gone for Kor. It's just the value proposition, right? It's better to hit the Linvala down. Now, if we can have Kor Blademaster down and we can use Startling Development, that's pretty good. That is one of the reasons why we have Startling Development in the deck, right? That double strike ability to kick it up to like 8 points of damage is insane, so. Anyways, the Soul Shatter from the foe makes me think that it's not necessarily rogues, but Dimir Control. Alright. Fabled Passage will grab us some more blue mana. Let's see. It's a Brazen. It is a Brazen. Alright, we'll just get down our Blademaster then. Next turn we can potentially bolt down the Emeria's Call. We'll see. I'm pretty sure they have the little 1 mana rogue. Pretty sure. Slither Wisp, and then we're having this little hold up, right? I guess question is, do they want to go ahead and play it? Yes. Yes, you do. I'd much rather the opponent play everything they have, tap all their mana out on their turn, so that way come my turn I can make a fully educated decision. And that's why, if you're playing against someone and you have a flash speed spell, save it for flash speed. I know sometimes I make the mistake, but now we're gonna force them to play that spell here, right? That way they get the card draw. No, they don't have it. Wow, that whole time was just deciding whether or not to play that glass pull down. That's a little surprising. Alrighty, so we yeah, we bolt that down. We throw down the Linvala, holla holla Linvala. We swing. And we score. Now just imagine if we had a Staggering Insight on that, you know? It would have been 10 points of damage, 2 card draws, just half health. Chop. Actually, I don't even know if y'all can see my arm over here with a new camera setup. Let's see. Chop. Sort of. It just looks like I'm throwing my arm off the camera. Slither Wisp. Haven't seen you in a while. I want to see a human. I want to see a Luminarch Aspirant. Kinda, it's kinda, sorta. So we have a warrior, we have a wizard, we have a rogue if we want it. We have some card draw if we want it. Alright, we go for the swing in with Linvala. Holla holla Linvala. I was thinking we of one mon, but if we don't hit anything good with of one mon, then it's gonna be a real cringe kind of moment, right? Where we only have 2 mana, I can't spend it for anything else, so in that situation, we gotta play the thing with the most mana cost, right? In my opinion. Anyways, opponent's at 12 life, which means Legion Angel puts them on a 3-turn timer. Obviously, it's Demir control, sort of flashy stuff, so we can expect some more. Ooh. That one's really good for him. That was really, really good for him. The problem is if we use of one mon, I can't also use the Brazen. Tell you what, we're going to use of one mon. Lofty Denial and a Speaker of the Heavens. I mean, we got to go for it, right? I think we're still in a fair position. I think the Lofty definitely helps us. Nothing to be done here. This is going to hurt for sure. For sure. Soul Shatter. Soul Shatter. We got to counter that. We need the Speaker alive. That way next turn when I play a non-human, we can play an of one mon to follow. We're going to take the 3, go down to 6. It's not fantastic. I'm not loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So, put down the Brazen. We no longer have the mana for of one mon. If we put this down, we do have the mana for of one mon. Oh, why couldn't that be untapped? If that was untapped, we would have mana for the of one mind as well. Spoils of Adventure down to costing 4. That is pretty good for us. I think a Season's alright, given we're going to be drawing some. I think we need to swing in with the Speaker. Because if not, they only have to play 3 spells with Flash in order to kill us with their Slither-Wisp. They have the Brazen, that's 1, which means they would only need 2 more within the 3 cards that they have. And I don't really want to take those chances. They take the damage. Oh, that's so good. That means we have the Speaker to still defend with and potentially gain us more life, right? Thieves Guild. Oh, this is what I was worried about. Alright, so that's 2 points. And 2 card draw. Oh, so scary. They have the Brazen. And then 2 mana. This is so horrible. So they have to find 2 more flash speed spells, right? Two more for 1 mana, I should say. That's a big key thing too. Because I believe that they could have another Thieves Guild, but they would essentially need to have 2 more Thieves Guild. Oh, beautiful. I mean, not beautiful. We're at 3 life, but you know, we're putting up a decent little fight here. My biggest qualm, I will say. That's my new ringtone. It's so lovely. All right, so that really hurt us because it means now that we can't really cast the Spoils of Adventure. Like we're pretty much out of plays, right? I can go Legion Angel, but I think we're all done. So good game. We tried. We gave it our all. And I think given they didn't draw into 2 Slither Wisps, we might could have had that game. Huddy. We're gonna keep this. This seems like a good interaction, right? We got a human and a fairy rogue, which means of 1 mind can potentially come down for the cheap. We'll keep the Vantress. So the earliest we can get of 1 mind would be turn 4, right? Which would require us to play the Brazen down next turn. We might be a little delayed on the of 1 mind. We'll see. I just don't want to leave my face open for nothing. I don't want to get down Season because obviously the 1/1 still gets to get in. Valmir. Okay, so if we get down Brazen come next turn, we can get down Heliod plus of 1 mind. Doesn't do too much for us. If I just get down Heliod this turn, not too great. We can bounce the Falmir. They just replay it. We can bounce the Edge Wall. Still have to worry about the Falmir though. Get down Season. Season could potentially deal with Falmir. That Falmir Knight's just really annoying. We might just need to wait for some other kind of interaction for it. Let's let them know that we're thinking. We're not just taking a long time. I could just potentially build up the Brazen, right? I think we're going to go for the Brazen Flash Speed. Brazen Flash Speed will have mana for the 1 mana of 1 mind on our turn. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. They should swing in with the Falmir Knight here. Alright. We take that damage. Maul. Interesting. Maul's really, really good because that can send our Luminarch into the sky to where we're just dealing a lot of evasive damage. So let's go ahead and use of 1 mind here. Legion, Angel, and a Shadowspear. Shadowspears are really good in combination with the Heliod. We need to grab some white mana here. We're a little lacking there. So we have 3 mana left. I could put down Shadowspear and equip it to the Brazen. That allows us to gain some life. Actually would allow us to gain as much life as their Love Struck piece would deal, right? And that sort of puts all the attention on the Brazen, which means our Luminarch should be clear. I kind of like the idea of that. Sets us up well for the Heliod. And it means we can turn around and take that 5 points from the Love Struck and not really feel it, you know? Now, our biggest scare here is the fact that we're just leaving the Love Struck alone. So, you know, they could have a turn 4 Great Henge here, which is never a fun time for us, for the opponent, whoever isn't on the other side of that, right? Especially since they're playing adventure spells, so they already have the card draw from Edgewall, and then they'd have the card draw from the Great Henge. It would be horrific to say the least, but there it is. Ooh, what? How do we get that good to where we're just like ba-da-ba-ba-bam? Of course, we're doing pretty good. Don't get me wrong. We're taking our pieces as they come, right? It's just another Shadowspear. Well, that's, of all of the things to draw, that's not what we wanted. We really wanted another land, so I could play Maul in Season, but you know, I could go for a Legion Angel. We swing in, that puts them down to 12. We have the threat of 9 in the sky, which means with the Maul, we win. Right, so potential Ether. I could also just go for the Maul, put it on the Luminarch. We're dealing 11 points into face. That puts them down to 6. 8. Which means we would have lethal already on board with what we have. 5 down to 12 plus goes to 14. 14. I think this is the more surprising, less threatening sort of play. Does that make sense? And what I prefer to do when I'm trying to really end out my foe is I like to surprise them with it. So if I would have gone for the Maul onto the Luminarch and say, hey, here's 2 big creatures, remove one of them or remove both of them if you can, you know, and then you're good. Or I can go for something like this and say, hey, the attention is still right there in the middle on the Brazen, you know, the big old 6/4 flying, trampling lifelinker, and then avert the attention from the other 2 on the side. Now, we have 7 points of damage with the 2 on the side, plus 1 from the Luminarch, that makes 8, plus 3 from the Maul, that makes 11. So we're 2 off. We're 2 off if they destroy the Brazen. If we were to find a land, we could equip the Shadowspear that's already down to a creature, and that would give us 1 off, right? We'd be 1 off. That'd be 12 damage. So, you know, it's a back and forthness. I think they do have the Murderous Rider. I think we 100% take this 5 points of damage. So Murderous Rider on the Brazen. But that's going to cost them 2 life, which means we win, right? I think we win. I think because it's a Murderous Rider that they're going to be using, right? Don't let me eat my words here. Although Heartless Act won't work at all, and oftentimes that is what adventure cards do. But that one can't block. But it still shows that they have mana for the Murderers. I think they have a Murderers. I think they have a Murderers. I thinketh they may. Alright, so Maul. And this may be where they figure out that the time is short. So, Maul. I'll need to move this preemptively to here. That'll be 5, 5, 5. They're still going to stop us, aren't they? We're still going to be too short. Right, because it's a Great Henge heal. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, okay. We're still fine. We're still fine. Alright, whatever. Just put this here. Doesn't really matter. Now I guess the Angel is the biggest threat, right? Anyways, when they murder us, that'll put them down to 11 life. I guess it did matter where I put that. Oh, goodness. So they killed the Brazen. They're still left with 1 life. So there was no way for me to avoid that, right? But I did get the important stuff off the Brazen, right? There's the murderers. We're correct about everything so far. Just not about, since they had the murderers, so I didn't think about the fact that they would know and be able to, you know, stay alive with that 1 life. So they're gonna go back up to 3 life and have another shot at you know, removing my 2 creatures here. It's scary. But if they want to draw more cards, the nice thing is they will have to cast, you know, a 3-mana creature, and then that cuts away the possibility of having removal for both of my creatures, right? They might have removal for 1. They need it for both. I'm anxious. I'm a little anxious. Golgari Adventures is a good deck, you know? People climb with it. I won't say all the time, but you know, they do it often, so. And we're doing pretty good work. They're at 1 life, we're at 25. So if they come back, it is definitely a sight to see. By the way, everyone watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're enjoying the content and you want to see more of it, hit the bell icon. I can't recommend that enough. Speaking of recommendations, if you got a friend, you know, and you really enjoy that friend, you should recommend this to them. Kogla. They might have the removal here. They could have a Murderous Rider, and then it's all over for me, folks. It's all over. Not necessarily, you know, we could still potentially come back, but they got a lot of damage lined up for the next turn. They're swinging all in. I think they got it. I think they got the Murderous Rider. I think they're going to come back on us. As sad as that is for me to say, I think they may just may. Come on. Heartless Act. Oh, even worse. It's cheaper. It's cheaper. Alright, so we go Season. We go Legion. Season and Legion. Legion and Season. Now, the nice thing about the Seasoned Hallowblade is we can keep it alive to a degree. The unfortunate thing is the opponent is gaining more and more life as the time goes by, so. We have 13 life. We really just need to block the Kogla and block the Love Struck. Now, when Kogla swings in, it is going to destroy our Maul more than likely. Alright? Because the Maul is what gives flying, and obviously they want to make sure that they only have to deal with the Legion Angel, and then Seasoned Hallowblade is sort of left behind there, non-flying. This is really annoying, but it's really close matchup. Alright, play Murderous. Draw 2 cards, and this is why Golgari Adventures is so good, right? Because pay 3 mana, draw 2, get a creature. sounds good, efficiency wise. Sounds good. Seriously, more removal. They're getting lucky though. They haven't really hit too many lands. Like for the amount of cards they've drawn, 22, they've only hit 8 lands. Which I suppose is pretty average, right? That should be about right. We've hit 6 lands in 16 cards, which means we would only need to see 2 more lands in the next 6 cards, which is 1 in 3. Yeah, hey, that's about right. That's almost exactly right. Another Murderous Rider. Am I surprised? No. Are we dead? Not yet, but when that Kogla swings in and takes out the Maul, our only hope is going to be drawing another Maul. Just so we're all clear. Just so we're all clear, so. Kogla swing in, we block Kogla, everything else hits. Come on. There we go. As I say, I shouldn't be able to move through your turn faster than you. I can't even see your cards. Alright. Moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Can we hit them all? No! No! Do we have any way to get this Seasoned Hallowblade big enough? No! Alright, so from 1 health, all the way downtown from 1 health, we lost it. I still think the deck won. I'm sure this is one of those games, somebody in the comment, oh, Jed, you should have done this, and you would have obviously had the game. You're so silly.